there. So my name is Ellen, and I'll be correcting this set of essays for you today. Let's take a look at what you have sent us. It's the International Student Enrollment in British Universities. So let's get right to it. The bar chart illustrates the number of foreign students accepted into British universities in the years 2009 and 2014. It's not entirely true. What is enrollment? Enrollment is actually the students that decide to register and attend the school. So accepted numbers are usually higher. So, like a school might accept 200 students and then only like 150 of those students actually enroll. So saying that they were accepted and saying that they enrolled, those are not synonymous. Okay, so just be aware of that. Overall, there are 10 cities listed, and Brighton accepted, the most students in both years. Right, again, not accepted, but Brighton enrolled, and it's not just students, it's international students. So make sure you make that clear. So Brighton enrolled the most international students in both years, whereas Huddersfield enrolled the lowest number of international students in 2009 in comparison to 2014, where Cardiff accepted the least number of students. All right, again, so it's not about accepted, and you can't be so general and say number of students. You have to talk about international students. All right, so these are important details because this is not indicative of the total student numbers of the schools. It's just the international student numbers. And so you don't want to provide misinformation. All right. I question whether maybe some of this was a little too specific. No, I suppose it's okay because you want to show that this had the lowest in 09, this had the lowest in 14, so I'll allow it. Let's continue. In the year 2009, Brighton accepted a high 12%. Brighton. Okay, Brighton accepted a high of 12% of foreign students as compared to Huddersfield, which took less than 2% in the same year. The rest of the cities, such as Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Bristol, and Cardiff, range between 2 to 8%, except for Leeds, which was the second highest with over 8% enrollment. All right, I don't know what this "it" means here. Second highest. So I'm not really sure. So apart from that, I really like the way you did it. So you talked about this high for Brighton. You talked about, let me see. Talked about Brighton, then you talked about the low, which was good. So you got the outliers done with. And then you said that the rest of them were all between, I think you said 2 and, did you say 8? Yeah, between 2 and 8. And then except for Leeds, let's see where Leeds was. Okay, Leeds was at around 9%. Okay, yeah. So I thought you did a great job of this. I thought that was really smart. What you did is you decided to talk about the outliers. So the highs, the lows, even the second high in 2009, and then you just kind of smushed the rest of them together. I thought that was a good idea. Okay, so similarly, Brighton had the highest enrollment in 2014 as well. Liverpool remained unchanged at 8%. Okay, why are you talking about that but not talking about Birmingham? That's a little strange. Okay. It doesn't make sense to me to do it like this. So I would have talked about Brighton, as you did, and then I would have talked about Birmingham. It doesn't make sense to go high and then kind of low-ish and then here. That didn't really make a lot of sense to me. And even Leeds had this figure here, so I'm not really entirely understanding why you decided to talk about Liverpool next. That didn't really seem to be a logical decision. So similarly, Brighton had the highest enrollment in 2014 as well. Where is Leeds here? You didn't have anything to say about Leeds? I mean, it's the second highest figure, so that's a little confusing. I don't know why you would have left that out. And then let's see. So Birmingham belonged here then. Okay. So Birmingham saw a 4% increase with enrollment, whereas Liverpool remained unchanged. Let's see. Okay. Manchester, Glasgow, Edinburgh, etc., all ranged over 2% to 10%. That's not entirely true. If you got Brighton and Birmingham and Leeds out of the way, then everything else was between not even 2. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Cardiff to Liverpool was all between. Yeah, so I'm not really happy with this paragraph. I don't agree with the way you organize some of this. So that's my feedback. I thought a lot of this was good, but then you kind of lost me with the way you decided to organize this last paragraph. It didn't really seem to me particularly logical. But, in certain respects, it was good. Grammar was fine. You included everything, and so all of that's good. Why don't we move on? Like I said, if it were me, I would have talked about Brighton. Okay. I would have talked, you know what you could have done? You could have actually talked about the top 3. You could have said that in 2014, 3 universities exceeded the 10% mark. They were in order: Brighton, Birmingham, and Leeds, with 13%, 12%, and 10% respectively. The lowest, I would have said, was Cardiff, which was one of the few universities to show a decrease in international student numbers. In fact, I think it's the only one to show a decrease. Okay. And second lowest was Huddersfield with 3%. The remaining universities all had between 6 and 8% international students. Done. That's it. Okay. So that's the kind of information. That's the way I would have organized this. Let's go on to your international marketing essay. Marketing has become more global now. This is awkward. Marketing has become more global than ever before, okay, due to technological advancements. This raises the argument, get rid of that, comma, whether international marketing has become an intrusion as well as an invasion to a country, or if it has more beneficial factors such as economical information, ideas, and the introduction of new cultures and languages. In this essay, we'll discuss both these arguments as well as why I believe that although international marketing can have some serious negative impacts, I believe it is an important type of marketing. All right. I think you could have said this a little more succinctly. You have, I believe, twice, and we don't need that. In this essay, I will discuss why I believe that although international marketing has some serious impacts, it is an important type of marketing. All right. That's a more succinct way of doing this. And then one of the reasons why I want it to be briefer is because looking at these paragraphs, I can tell that your introduction is the same length as your body paragraphs. For me, that's a red flag. That means that you've either overwritten your introduction or you haven't written enough in your body paragraph. But there should be a clear difference. Your introduction should be shorter, more concise, briefer than your body paragraphs. That's where you want to pick up a higher score by extending your arguments and by developing them well. All right, let's go to your body paragraphs now. Why is international marketing seen as an invasion and intrusion? There are limited marketing opportunities in most countries, so an influx of international corporations would have detrimental effects on companies originating from the country. Therefore, resulting in lack of marketing opportunities. Okay, this is not a full sentence. This is a fragment. So what you want to do is you want to put a comma here, lowercase t, and then let the sentence continue. An example of this is, again, no comma. With the increased use of social media and TV, over 80% of advertisements are by foreign companies, resulting in national-owned companies losing exposure as well as money to foreign countries. Okay. Okay. I did feel, in fact, that this was underdeveloped. It's exactly what I said to you. I mean, just visually looking at it, it was pretty much the same length as your introduction. And so I had that suspicion, and reading it, I did feel like it was not enough. So, for example, you say here that it would have detrimental effects. Oh, really? What are those detrimental effects? Okay. Rather than explaining what they are, you then say, oh, so what happens is there's a lack of marketing, marketing opportunities. And then resulting in nationally owned companies losing exposure as well as, okay, fine. So this is a matter of, competition in business. So what else can you tell us about why this is invasive and intrusive? Okay. I mean, couldn't the same thing essentially happen with domestic companies as well? So, for example, let's say I own a small company, but you own a big company, and you have a much greater budget to advertise. So isn't that really the same thing? Like, isn't that what, a free market does? You've got some. So what I'm trying to say is, what is it about international marketing that is so invasive? And I didn't really feel like you covered that. Okay. So let's continue. However, international marketing can have positive outcomes as well, such as informing of different ideas and ways of living. All right, this is not a full sentence. Again, you have a number of these fragments. Such as informing of different ideas and ways of living. Oh, I see what you did. You see, this is a dangling modifier here, a dangling participle. So, a dangling modifier, actually. Anyway, yeah, you can't use this grammatically like this. More people are exposed to global options in healthcare, cosmetics, household products, etc. So I don't understand this different to what they used to. It doesn't work here. It's not adding any information here. For example, due to lower prices but similar outcomes, there is a surge of people traveling to Turkey for cosmetic surgery or dental care. Therefore, individuals who would not have been able to afford such procedures in their home country can now receive the care they want. This isn't international marketing. This is not related. Although, all right, so not come after although there are some serious consequences of international marketing, I believe it is necessary as it increases people's options and opportunities. Okay, so this example of going to a foreign country to get like medical procedures, it's not really an example of international marketing. So I can't really say this is 100% appropriate here. And again, there were some grammar problems that created an issue here. So, thus, with the above in mind, it is fair to conclude that despite the intrusion and invasion of international marketing, it does not compare to the benefits it can provide. Therefore, I'm in agreement that it is a necessary form of marketing. Okay, I really would have liked it if you had not reused the language invasive and intrusive, invasion and intrusion, and then again, necessary form here, necessary form. I really wish you could have used some of your own vocabulary here. Clearly, you have good vocabulary. It's solid. You have precise words. So I would have preferred you to not use language that was so similar to that of the task. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this correction. I do see a lot of solid things in your writing, but I also see that it needs work. You said that I think you need a 7.5, and I definitely see that, at least from this essay, there's work to be done in order to get you there. I want to offer you the opportunity to continue working with us. There are different ways you can do that, either through essay correction packages or in signing up to the online course, which is really comprehensive and will help you with all areas of writing. So see what works for you, and if you enjoyed working with us, then I hope we can continue to do so. I want to wish you lots of luck, and thanks for sending this in.